Hi, this is an internet marketing presentation on how to increase brand awareness and ranking or traffic the easy way. This presentation is provided by Trimax Solutions, your one-stop IT and internet marketing shop. You can find us at trimaxsolutions.com. A bit about Trimax Solutions. We have 7 years of website and internet marketing, as well as many years of automation and integration or application development. We currently have 100 plus clients. And as for myself, Max Dagenet, as the Managing Director of Trimax Solutions, combination of a computer science degree and commerce degree, which is a good combination to understand the technical aspect of application as well as business processes in order to combine the two together. I have 20 years of corporate application development or application development, as well as 6 years specializing on websites and internet marketing. Our in-house expertise is pretty much based on website and e-commerce development, as well as internet marketing and social media, also search engine optimization or SEO, branding, graphic design, as well as CRM and ERP implementation to automate and integrate business processes. At Trimax, what we usually do to help our clients is to usually help our clients increase sales, and the way we do that is using internet marketing to increase the online presence. That includes the obvious website and or e-commerce site, but also integration of social media, as well as good search engine optimization and the use of advertising. This helps, a combination of all those tools will help increase sales for our clients. But also importantly, company has to look at reducing costs, and the way we do that is usually by automation to reduce manual work or duplication of work, as often employees are the major expense for most companies. So we try to integrate and automate processes to make the business more efficient. In this case, we'll look at the first part, which is increasing sales, and the way we'll do that is by using internet marketing to increase your brand awareness and ranking. We call it the easy way. How to increase your Google ranking and brand awareness the easy way. Now business owners can increase the company's Google ranking and brand awareness simultaneously. And the way we suggest to do that is by using a combination of different strategies that company can achieve the best possible result in these challenging times for businesses due to competition. So what we suggest is the combination of strategies include the 8 following ones, which we will go through during this presentation. We will be talking about search engine optimization strategies in a non-technical way for business owners and content managers to understand. We'll also talk about websites and e-commerce sites and what is required and the good tools to have. We'll talk about content generation. Very good. Content is now very important for ranking. We'll also be talking about blogging. Blogging is also very important as it's dynamic content. We'll talk about the social media integration to blogging with Facebook, the 5 or 6 main ones such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and Google+. We'll also talk about databases to build databases either on your website or the social media sites. We'll also talk about video strategies or webinars, and also look at paid advertising, which include AdWords, Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising, and other advertising. So the way to do it is to combine and integrate different strategies that will work together. Okay, the objective is to always start small and build your internet strategy according to priorities and then to maintain them. It all starts with appropriate keywords and good dynamic content. Now, I'm going to repeat that because it's all about the keywords and especially good dynamic content, as search engine optimization is very dependent on dynamic content. Okay, so it is important to generate content on a regular basis to increase your ranking or brand awareness, and we'll explain on how to do so. Now, we're going to show you a bit of a diagram on how to increase ranking or at a high level. Basically, you start with your website, and then what you do is you have to do a bit of research on keywords, and also you can do some competitor research in order to see what your competitors are doing well, or hopefully not doing so well, that you can improve and rank better than they can. And also we're going to talk about the search engine optimization on your site or on every specific page, as it is very important to try to rank pages individually and therefore just one service or product per page, and go that way for the whole site. So we will discuss on how to do that. Then what happens is the combination of or the work done on keywords and search engine optimization on your site will determine the ranking of your site on Google or other browsers. What we then do is we add blogging, as blogging is very important as it generates dynamic content, as mentioned before, and that will help the ranking of your website. Then what we do is that we integrate social media, therefore blog posts, we then syndicate them to, for example, Facebook and Twitter automatically, which is very quick and easy to do. And then what we do as well is syndicate those blog posts or also post information on LinkedIn, which is the main B2B social media network, and also do the same on Google Plus, who is the competitor to Facebook and owned by Google. So it's very important to be on Google Plus. Also, we recommend generating videos, whether they're videos film or video presentations such as this one, and upload them to YouTube. Again, Google owns YouTube and will rank video and presentations very well. And then one of the latest is Pinterest, which is very good for product and services related to images that can have really nice images that can attract a customer. So very good to use. And then we can talk about the Google AdWords and advertising as well. So the combination of all these high-level strategies that we will talk about will help you increase the ranking and the brand awareness of your website. Therefore, as I said, it all starts with keywords for product and services. So you have to look at what product and services you are selling, and make sure that you use the right keywords for them. So that is, it's not just one word anymore. It's basically a combination of word, which could be a combination of brand, your service or product, as well as the region that you're promoting that service. For example, if we're in Sydney and we're trying to promote a hair salon in Sydney, what we will do is we would look at, for example, if your brand is ABC, or if it's Trimax, we would say the keywords would be Trimax Hair Salon Sydney. Or if you're on the Sydney Northern Beaches, you would say Trimax Hair Salon Sydney Northern Beaches. So if someone searches for Sydney, that could be found, and if they search for Northern Beaches, that could also be found. So very important to look at the keywords for your product and services, so the group of keywords. Then we add the search engine optimization on the pages. So on every page of your site, you have to make sure that the appropriate meta tag information, which is the title, the description of the page, as well as the keywords on the page, are specified appropriately, and also importantly within the content, and we'll go through that shortly. But on this, you have to make sure that some search engine optimization is applied on every page. And then also it can be done on off-site pages, such as uploading articles and videos to external sites and linking back to your site. Also, blogging, as we said, it's a very good way to promote information such as education or your product and services, as well as success stories or testimonials, as blogs will rank well within Google and other search engine browsers. So very important to blog. And then, as I basically said, is that you integrate these blogs with the social media sites, so therefore that same piece of content can be on a page on your site, also being blogged about within a link to that page, and also on the different social media sites. And then you can also go further with paid advertising, such as for Google AdWords, as well as Facebook advertising and LinkedIn advertising as well. So it's a combination of all those strategies, which we will go in a bit more detail as we're going along. Now, just a bit on ranking, make sure that people understand. Now, organic or free ranking is usually below 1 to 3 AdWords sections in Google. So that is, if there are AdWords, in this case there is only one, then the free or organic ranking will rank below it. And usually this requires quite a bit of work and some search engine optimization to rank well, especially if it's quite competitive. Okay, so this is the organic or free ranking. Then you can look at Google paid advertising, such as, again, it's got a bit of a yellowish background. So these are AdWords that people pay for, and usually they're pay-per-click. And the advantage of Google advertising or AdWords is that you can appear quite quickly as one of the 3 top searches, but the disadvantage is that AdWords are very competitive and can cost quite a bit per click. Okay, so we have to look at what is the competition out there for your current service, and then we decide by then if it's a good idea to use AdWords or is it best to use other tools. Okay, so social media advertising at this point, such as Facebook ads and also promoting posts, are good value for money. They're a bit like the Google AdWords were 5 years ago price-wise, because they're not as competitive at this point, but they will get competitive and they will get more expensive. Same thing with LinkedIn. If you're a B2B business and a lot of your clients are on LinkedIn through your connections, LinkedIn ads can be very good as well. Okay, so you have to trial different options, and also at different times, and have a strategy, of course. But you put a bit of money on different advertising tools, and then you see how well it responds. So you have to do one at a time and see the results and track the results to make sure that you know exactly the return on the investment for those strategies. Now, we're going to talk about the steps and techniques recommended, okay, by combining all those techniques. So we'll go into a bit more details for those techniques. As I said before, the SEO strategies will go into a bit more detail with keywords and meta tags and all that. Again, I'm not too technical level to have for business owners or managers, content managers, to have a good idea on what has to be done. Then we'll talk about websites and e-commerce sites, what should be on the website or an e-commerce site. And then, importantly, creating content. You've got to be very careful about generating content now, because Google has changed a lot in the past year regarding content, and they're basically penalizing now for duplicate content and tricks that were used in the past by creating many different websites with the same content, with many different backlinks linking back to your site. A lot of companies had invested quite a bit of money on doing so and are now getting penalized and not ranking well. So you've got to be very careful with content generation. We would always recommend before posting content to use a tool to make sure that this content is not used on the web exactly as is. Then we recommend for any news to blog and not necessarily go directly on Facebook or on Twitter and whatnot. It's always best to blog and then integrate the blogs to the different social media sites that you are using in your strategy. And these are the social media that we've talked about, and we'll show you in a bit more detail. And then very important to build a database to eventually send newsletters. So databases now could be on different sites, such as of course your website. So you want to have an opt-in to start building a database of emails to eventually send newsletters. But also the social media sites are a really good way to build a database as well, such as Facebook followers as well as LinkedIn connections and whatnot. Then we'll talk about video strategies, as we believe that videos will be the future of internet marketing, whether they are filmed video or video presentations or screencasts such as this one. Then we'll talk about paid advertising, as we suggested, since it's currently good value for money. Okay, so we'll start with search engine optimization, or SEO. We compare SEO with losing weight and dieting. And the question is why? Because unfortunately there's no magic pill. Okay, it's a combination of tools and actions that you must take, and just keep on maintaining those actions to have the best ranking and maintain the best ranking. The same thing as maintain your weight. So you've got to lose weight, you've got to eat well, you've got to exercise. You can't just eat well and exercise for a little bit and then stop and then start again and then stop again. It's the same concept with search engine optimization. You apply a strategy and then you maintain that strategy. Search engine optimization used to be quite technical and provided to the web designers or developers to create a lot of keywords and whatnot, or the tricks that to duplicate content and backlinks behind the scene. But now Google is ranking dynamic content very well, and this is what content managers should be doing, and not to worry about the technical bit of search engine optimization anymore, but more so on the content generating information, not only just say for example blogging and promoting your services and product, but also education. You want to build trust with your clients, so this is why we blog about things that happen on the market. For example, Google has changed now. Be careful, do not copy content. Facebook now has changed the way, for example, the advertising might be done, or LinkedIn might change something on how to use the advertising or whatnot. So we try to inform our clients on what they should know, and then what we do is we then also within that promote our services and products as well, as we believe in creating a relationship and not just a hard sell. Now, keywords and competitor analysis. It's always good to do a bit of research on who your competitors are, what keywords or group of keywords are being searched for. This is very important to start with this, and anyone can do a quick keyword research with the AdWords keywords tool, or there's a new Google keyword tool as well, and you can do some searches. For example, you could if it's a hair salon, again in the Sydney Northern Beaches, you can search on hair salon Sydney Northern Beaches and whatnot, and then you can see the keyword competition as well as who are your competitors. So it's a very good place to start and very easy to do. So again, it's not technical. If you know how to use Google and you do Google searches, you basically put yourself into your client's shoes, and then you try to search for your product and services, whether it's on Google directly or other browser, and then as well as going in these tools here. And you can be a bit further, of course. There's more analysis that can be done on your competitors, but this should give you a good idea of how well your product and services can rank by specifying, for example, in the keywords, the brand, product or services, as well as the location. Once you have an understanding of the keywords and the competitors, then you can apply the best keyword strategy for each of those products that you're starting to promote. Okay, so again, it's good to do that little research. And then also what you may want to do is that you can, every month you can follow the traffic that you have and just keep up to date with what's happening, and both Google or the browsers provide statistics on your website, and also social media sites also provide statistics on how many users have been to your sites and seen your ads and whatnot. So very good to follow that. Now on your website, it's very good to do a bit of search engine optimization, and now, as I mentioned before, is content driven. So once you know your keywords, that is the services and the products that you want to offer, each page should be looked at to make sure that, for example, if you have again a hair salon in Manly on the Sydney Northern Beaches, what you want to make sure is that your title might include your brand, your product. So again, Trimax Solutions, hairdresser on the Sydney Northern Beaches. And in the description for that page, you got to make sure that you repeat those keywords as well. So again, it would be Trimax, hairdresser, Sydney Northern Beaches provides the following services. And of course, those group of keywords should be in the keywords. And what is also very, very important is that those keywords also appear in the content, because even if they appear on the meta tags such as the title, description, and keywords, but they don't appear in the content on the page, it will not rank as well. So very important to have those keywords in the content as well. And then you may have heard the headers, or H1, H2, H3, that we use for titles and subtitles, that Google ranks well as well. So again, you make sure that those keywords are in those titles or subtitles or headers. Also, internal links and images are very important. The way you name them and you describe them is also very important for ranking. So that is internal links, for example, instead of having contact us, you might want to have contact Trimax Solutions. And also make sure that in the description of those links you have contact Trimax Solutions. Same thing for images. If we have an image on website, for example, website creation, then make sure that you name that image with the keywords in there, including your brand. Therefore, Trimax Solutions website design. That's how an image would be named, and the same thing for its description, as opposed to image one or image one or whatnot. So very important to name the images and the internal links properly. Now, just in a bit more technical, but not too much, if you hear or you've heard the meta tags before, the meta tags are the information behind a page. That is, on the page you see the content, but as important behind the scene, the meta tags such as the title, description, and keywords are very important. And this is where we put the brand, Trimax Solutions, website design, Sydney Northern Beaches, or in this case, haircut, Manly Northern Beaches. For us would be Sydney Northern Beaches. Okay. Same thing for life insurance, Sydney Northern Beaches. So if someone searches for life insurance in Sydney, that will rank. And if someone's looking for life insurance Northern Beaches, that would also rank according to competition, of course. And then the headers, the titles, very important, and that allows, if you have a good content management system for your website or your e-commerce site, you're able to add those H1, H2s, and H3s. And then the content is very important. Whatever keywords that you use, such as website design, Trimax Solutions website design, Sydney Northern Beaches, we would start our content at Trimax Solutions located on the Sydney Northern Beaches. We provide website design, and then continue on with the text. So make sure that those keywords appear. And again, the images and the description are very important on how you name them with your keywords, and also those keywords in the descriptions as well. Links, as briefly mentioned, links, if you have content on your website, instead of saying, same thing for links and menus, instead of having contact us or email us, use contact Trimax instead, and then about Trimax instead of about us. Same thing in the menus, you can have about Trimax instead of about us. Okay, again, that helps for the ranking. Okay, so that was for search engine optimization, keywords, to have an understanding of what's important, starting with keywords for your products and your services, as well as the search engine optimization, or the use of those keywords within the content and meta tags on your site. Okay, now we'll talk about the website or e-commerce sites. Dynamic websites, which includes a full content management system, or a CMS, will allow to maintain content but also meta tags behind the scenes or behind the pages, to allow you to add pages and to allow to move content on the different pages around when a page grows. So it's very important to have a good content management system that you're comfortable with to use. Okay, very important for websites to be mobile, or they can actually, they're responsive. So instead of showing a whole website and you have to stretch or squeeze to see, that's not a responsive website or a mobile website, especially on smartphones. Okay, so it's very important to now have a responsive website that will display on a smartphone by only scrolling vertically. Okay, very important to have that. It's very important also to have one service or product per page, and focus the contents, the keywords, the meta tag on that service. And this is why often it's not the home page that will rank on a site, but the specific service such as website design or internet marketing. Okay, very important. Very good to also have an opt-in to allow people to register or capture an email and a name to build your database to eventually send a newsletter. Meta tag information is important to include the keywords, and the content must also include the keywords as mentioned before. Now, the very important content generation steps. What you want to do is you want to create content once and generate and distribute as many output as possible, or many different sites or areas, without duplicating the content. Very important. You will get penalized for duplicating content on your own site. So if you do that on different sites, you will also get penalized. So what we do is we have steps that we use at Trimax to try to create the information once and then promote it as many times as possible to the different sites. So what we do, for example, is that we create an article about a product or services. For example, website design. So we'll create an article in Word. We're using Word, for example, and we'll generate that into a PDF. But what's important here is to generate the content once, to include the specific keywords that we talked about before, which includes your brand, product, services, and the region where you're selling the product. And then once we've done that, we upload the article on our site. So we have the content on the page. We upload that article or that PDF on the site, which may point to a page on our site. And then what we do is we add a blog post about the new article that we are promoting. And what we do is we don't copy and paste that content, the content of the article on our blog post, but what we do is we do a quick summary, a one paragraph summary on that article. So what happens then is that we have we have the blog that summarizes a website design on the Sydney Northern Beaches, and then it links to that article on her site promoting a service or product. Then what we do is we publish that blog post on the different social media sites, such as Facebook, Twitter. Twitter, we don't tweet, but what we do is we synchronize Twitter with Facebook. So all we do is we post to Facebook from our blog, which is done automatically, and then the same blog post goes to Twitter. And we do the same, it's a manual process, but a quick manual process for Google Plus and LinkedIn, as well as Pinterest. But what happens here is that blog post, you make sure that there is a link. Every blog post should have a link to a page on your website or an article on your website. So when the blog posts or the posts are then posted on the Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and the LinkedIn social media sites, then if people find your information from those social media sites, there's always a link going back to your website, that article on the website or that page on the website, which is very, very important. Okay. Then what we do is we send that article as a newsletter to our current database. So that one article, one piece of information that we wrote, is now on as an article on our website, is also on our blog, so in 2 different places. And on our home page we have a summary of all the latest blogs, so the information or the link is on 3 places now. And then that blog will be on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, LinkedIn, and perhaps Pinterest, so 5 more places. So that same information could be found on 5, or is currently on 8 different places on the internet, linking back to your website. So this is what is very, very powerful. And then after that, what you do is that same information is sent as a newsletter to your current database. This is very powerful. We use this all the time, and this definitely helps to increase the ranking and your brand awareness. You can even go further with that article or the images on that article to use infographic or the images, and then add them to Pinterest, Instagram, Flickr, and again having links or information to go back to your site. So this is very important. And also what you could do is, if you have that article, you could record a quick screen presentation like this, or if it's a product, a physical product, you can create a real video, and then you promote the product and you upload that on YouTube and the other video sites if you want. And again, that will promote that service or product. And then you could also extract on audio sites, as well as creating podcasts. So this is an example on how one piece of information can be generated in many different formats and be in different places all over the internet, which will definitely increase your brand awareness and your ranking through searches on browsers. Now, point number 4, blogging, and specifically dynamic content. Blogging is a very good way to share all information, not only product and services, but also success stories, testimonials, news, guidance, and whatnot. Okay, it's very important to create a trust with the customer, and therefore to provide information. Blog, if you can blog once every week or 2 weeks at least, it would be very good strategy. Don't blog if you don't have anything to say, anything important to say. You don't have to. There's not a must where you have to have 2 or 3 blogs a week. What it is, when we do have good information, we blog and we send a newsletter. Therefore, our clients know that when we blog, it's information that's relevant to them. And often it's to combat negative posts about a company or products that you may have. So the way to combat that is to generate a lot of positive posts to avoid such having a bad reputation, which has happened to some of our clients, and the way to prevent that is by promoting very positive content on top of that. Again, only blog if you have good information to share. If you don't have good information, don't blog. Keywords and content are also very important in blog posts, to appear in the title, and also during within the content of the blog, and of course behind the scene of the blog in the title and the description and the keywords, just like it would be on the website page. Very important. And do not duplicate content, as Google will penalize you. Okay, there are tools such as Copyscape that will help you. You just create your article that you want to write about, paste it in there, and just search to see if that content exists already. And what that does is that it just verifies that your content is unique, but also you might find out if people are stealing or using your content as well. So very good tool to do, very good process to use. Okay, again, blog is a very good way to share information, and as it ranks really well with Google and integrates well with social media platform. So if you have a good integration between your blog and your social media platform, it will save you a lot of time. Therefore, write the information once and publish everywhere. Time saving and efficient. And again, always link blog posts back to your website, to a page on your site, to a product, a service, or an article. Okay, and as mentioned before, integrate your blog posts with your social media sites. Now, social media. Why should you use social media? It's as simple as a lot of people are on social media, and if you're not using it, you're losing out. You don't have to like social media. You don't have to yourself be a big user of social media. What you need to understand is there are a lot of people using it, and therefore to promote your business or your product and services, you must use social media. Okay, Google likes recent dynamic content, and therefore will love Facebook, Twitter, Google plus YouTube, especially Google plus YouTube, as it's owned by Google, as well as LinkedIn and Pinterest and Instagram. Social media sites are also good to generate free content by allowing people to post, comment, and information on your social sites. It's a great tool. Generated content is great, but it must be monitored, because sometimes there might be content or posts that you may not want on those sites. Very important to do so. And use the right social media site for your business or your product as well. Is there a downside of social media? Yes, there are a few there are a few negative issues with it. Basically, what it is, it's all about volume. There's so much content or post that it can get overwhelming, and the lifespan could be quite short, because if people follow a lot of people and posts, and basically have hundreds of posts a day, the time frame of your post might be quite short. Okay, and also it is lost within the history of those, but also it is also lost within the pages. So not just only within the post, but within the pages. So often what's happening is that a post or the information is not seen by a lot of people. Okay, so that's a downfall with social media, especially Facebook, for example, or Twitter and whatnot. It is best not to mix personal and business on social media. Therefore, create business accounts or pages on the different social media sites. So usually what happens is you create your own personal page or profile on the site, and then you create your business page or account on those sites. Keep everything separate. Now, which social media channels should you use and why? Facebook, of course, due to the amount of, and this is an older stat, so there's a lot more than that right now. 840 is probably 900 million now. Most of your customers will be on Facebook, therefore you need a presence there. And what's interesting too is that Facebook is probably soon to be the third search engine tool, most used search engine tool after YouTube and Google. So what's happening now is on the Facebook search bar, you can search for businesses and products, not only for people, but yeah, products and services. Therefore, it's getting very, very powerful. Twitter, it's not just for tweeting, but also to generate backlinks to your site pages on your site. So as I said, we link our Twitter account to Twitter business account to our Facebook business account. So any post that is done on Facebook is also automatically done on Twitter. That's how we use Twitter. LinkedIn is the #1 B2B. So if a lot of the products and services you sell are for businesses, make sure that all your posts are also on LinkedIn. Yes, a lot of jobs are found on LinkedIn, but just don't use LinkedIn to find a job. It is funny how sometimes people just start using LinkedIn and get a lot of connections, and sometimes you just think, ooh, someone's looking for a job, I think. Google Plus. Google Plus is obviously owned by Google and competitor to Facebook. Very important to be on Google Plus because of the ranking. It is owned by Google, and Google will rank Google Plus posts and information very well. Especially now with the new Google Plus Local, which is replacing Google Places, which provides a new standard ranking or reviewing system. And the more reviews you have or your business has, Google will take that in consideration when ranking your website or your page. Very important. Of course, YouTube statistics, it's even more than that probably by now. But a little while back, YouTube had 11 times more searches than Google. A lot of people search on YouTube. I know that when we look on how to do things, whether it's personally or business, often we'll search on YouTube first because, again, video are really good at showing how to do things, so we watch a video instead. And if not, if we do Google, videos rank really well within Google or other browsers, and therefore they're found very well. What we do as well is we create video presentations such as these presentations, and then you can upload that on Google, on YouTube as well, which is very good for video marketing. Like I said, Google owns YouTube and Google Plus, and therefore you've got to think that Google's gonna rank them very well. Pinterest is an image-based social media site, which is very good for customers selling products that can be very well represented by images, such as if you're selling jewelry or if you're selling cakes or anything like that that can be really well perceived by an image. You should definitely be on Pinterest, and all the images or galleries on your website should also be on Pinterest. How can social media benefit your business? Well, it will increase brand awareness if you're on the many social media sites. It will increase your ranking and your search engine optimization. Well, you're being found through search engine optimization, and will increase the traffic on your website. And also, it increases your users' database because you will have a database on the different sites of followers, such as on Facebook, connections on LinkedIn and whatnot. Therefore, social media is leading to generating new clients. So now you don't find new clients by just finding your website, but all your social media, your media sites. Therefore, you'll sell more product, services, and to not to only existing clients, but to new clients. Therefore, increasing leads and also conversions of sales. So our recommendation, very important to have your business information or product information on your website as well as on the different social media platforms. So therefore, still very important to have that information on your website and your blog, because you want to bring the clients back to your website using the social media sites. Okay, so we recommend having be on all these main sites: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google Plus, YouTube, Pinterest, on their business account and not a personal account. Remember that Google Plus and YouTube are owned by Google, and they will rank very well. And also important to provide appropriate branding and search engine optimization on those social media sites as well, just like you would do on a web page. Therefore, the title, the description, make sure your product and services keywords are all on those social media sites profile pages. That's going to be very important to rank well. Now, so we're going to talk about user database newsletters and campaign management. It is very important to build a user database, which now is easily built automatically on social media sites, but also on the website as an opt-in. You should have an opt-in for people just to put their email and name to be able to promote and send newsletters to them. Okay, so you can create campaign management and eventually send newsletter, and you can track on how many people read newsletters, and you can find out when's a good time and not a good time to send newsletter. There's a lot of statistics on there, and as you do that, always make sure you look at the statistics on such newsletter sent or campaign sent. It is very important to continuously inform and guide your users. So continue to guide, provide information, as well as talk about your product and services. Now, video strategies. Again, we think that video strategies or video marketing is the future of internet marketing. Videos are easy to do. You don't need expensive equipment to do videos. Just basic cameras to record products or services that you sell, as well as video presentations such as this one. So videos are used for marketing product and services that you would be doing, new products, new services, as well as information and guidance on how to do this, how to do that, how has the market changed. Facebook has changed. You should probably be thinking of doing Facebook ads. Google ranking has changed and will now penalize you by duplicating your content. It's very important to do so. Capturing presentation like this one. When you do presentation and you practice your presentation before presenting to an audience, you could record the presentation, and then that becomes a screencast that you could put on your YouTube channel to educate your current clients and potential customers as well. We use a lot of videos for support for our current clients on how to do things, the how to. It works very well instead of writing documentation or one-to-one guidance. And we also record screencasts to record our training, internal training and documentation, which works really well as well. Now, for paid advertising, we talked about AdWords. AdWords have been working well for many years now, and work well. The only problem is that they can be very expensive, especially when it's a product or services that is very competitive. So yes, it is always good to look at keywords, do a keyword/competitor analysis, see how much it would be per click, because sometimes it's just too much, and this is when you have to look at other options such as social media and what is better value for money at the time. Okay. Google AdWords, when you do, make sure you look at the statistics to see your return on the investment as you do so. LinkedIn ads and Facebook ads or Facebook post promotion are a very good value for money at the moment, and therefore it's a good idea to just try them and see what kind of return on investment you get. And they both offer good statistics on how well a post or an ad is doing for you. Facebook ads, is very good at targeting. So for targeted ads such as location, hobby, the sex male or female, or education and whatnot, or interest. So it's very good to, you can narrow down who is targeted for your marketing campaign, for your campaign. A lot of people spend time on Facebook, so needless to say, you could try the Facebook advertising. LinkedIn ads can also be quite good because you can target specific titles or functions or industry, company sizes and whatnot. And again, LinkedIn is the B2B social media site to use. Always follow statistics, always have a look of your return on those investments. Some extras as well, offsite SEO or search engine optimization. A lot of companies, what they do is, especially in very competitive markets, is those articles or contents that were created are also posted on external sites such as article sites or blogging on external sites as well, and always linking back to your website. Okay, so that can also be done to increase your ranking, especially the organic or free ranking. Okay, whether it is articles, videos, newsletters, can be updated on third-party sites or external sites. This would generate backlinks to your website, which is very good for SEO. Another good tool is an articles library. So having an articles library on your site, as it's dynamic content, is very good for ranking as well. So that first piece of content that we talked about, the article, what we do is we then upload that to our website into our articles library as well. So that also helps the ranking of that product or service article. Now, another good tool are user surveys. So what's good with that is that you can post questions and find out what people want or potential customers want, and then so what happens is that you can capture the details such as email and then eventually get back to them. So two positive ways of using surveys or outcome is to get feedback on what your current clients or potential clients want, but also on getting their information to get back to them as well. Data entry form and testimonials are also very good. Data entry form, there could be seen as a survey, but capturing people information or interest could be very good as well. And also testimonials, very good to ask people for testimonials to have on your site. In conclusion, to increase your brand awareness and ranking, as we said through the different steps, it all starts with the keywords representing your product, services, brand, and location. So the group of keywords. Generating good content for each of those product or services, and also by having those important keywords in the content as well. Such as on a website, it has to be not only in the content but behind the scene in the meta tags of the page, and also on the social media sites, on the Facebook pages, Facebook page, LinkedIn page, Google Plus page, on the blog post as well. It's very important to have good dynamic content which include your keywords. Blogging the content, as I said, using the keywords, and then integrating that good content into the social media sites, which then link back to your website. At the end of the day, most businesses, what they're trying to do is to attract people using social media sites and search engine optimization to often lead back to your website or specific products or file or page on your website. Then you can also use paid advertising, Google AdWords if they're good value for money depending on the product and service, as well as using social media ads such as LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, and promotions. Monitor what you do. Anytime that you send a newsletter, or you do a blog post, or you create an ad or newsletter campaign, anything, make sure that you look at the statistics. And often this is why it's very good to do one strategy at once, to see the return on the investment and see what works and what doesn't work. And sometimes it may not work one time, but it may work another time. For example, it's not recommended to send a newsletter on a Monday morning or Friday afternoon, because statistically people don't read the newsletters on those days. When is it a best time to do a Facebook ad? It all depends on the product and the service and who's your target audience on Facebook. So you've got to try a few times often to find out what works best for you, for your product or your service. Conclusion starts with keywords. It's all about content, good unique content, and then promoting through the use of social media sites while using good search engine optimization and keywords everywhere. If you follow the steps that we discussed and the guidance, you will see that your brand awareness will increase as your information, content, product, services will be blogged about, will be on different social media sites, and what you'll start noticing is that your Google rankings will increase. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and at Trimax we can get you started with the whole branding, website, social media strategy, as well as our SEO products recommendation and guidance. You can visit us at trimaxsolutions.com. If you have any questions or interest, don't hesitate to call us. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good day.